as a doctor, please just take every patient as if it's a new patient. Don't compare them with other patients you've seen that day, that week, that month, that year, whenever. You need to take them as if it's a brand new start, because they've probably already been dismissed. They've probably been told that something is just wrong in their head. And regardless of what's written on the prior medical histories, you need to gauge your own understanding of that patient.
Yeah. Relationships, that's bottom line.
Build the relationship.
Same thing with teaching. Best teachers.
That's a good one. Yeah, when a nurse or like a healthcare provider is like remembered by a patient, they like have a lifetime impact on that person. And I think and I think that's a really good thing, because no matter what that person's condition, I think it's optimal to strive for that. Like, make sure that you're creating like a memory with this person. It's not about like treating it, it's about like kind of making it in a positive sense. Like, I could have remembered my entire like wheelchair days like as an awful experience, but like through certain nurses and certain like healthcare providers, it felt really like I can go back and be like, oh yeah, I remember that one time I played wheelchair basketball. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. But
this was in the afternoon. He had a morning nurse that worked Monday through Friday. Remember him?
Guy?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, you remember his name.
Yeah.
And he came in and he treated Sean like he was his son. And he's like, so how you feeling today, buddy? So this is what you're going to do. You need to order your breakfast, and then we're going to get those therapists in for you and all this kind of stuff. And he shared personal things with Sean, and his son was in the military. Is that right? And he brought him, what were they, like gun
like
shells or something?
Yeah. It was a little shell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, for boys, they're like, whoa, this is so cool. I mean, it had no ammunition in it or anything, but it just
he said
was.
he completely cleaned it, and so it was okay.
And then he brought you hot sauce. He swore by this restaurant's hot sauce and all this kind of stuff and I think that's why you try hot things now, is because of Guy. But, you know, that helped in his healing process too. You know, you're not thinking about, oh my God, how much longer am I going to be here? You're thinking, oh, when does Guy come to work? You know? And,
they just could have been nicer and more compassionate.
Bounced back to me because they called back and said they can't do anything about it. And what happened was they were coming in, they got the call that a heart had come in for their father, and they were driving from Tahoe, so they had to come down to San Francisco from Tahoe. And they needed a place to stay overnight, but the place they were staying that's contracted with the hospital closes at 11, and they weren't going to get there till like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, and they had to pick up the key. And they had asked if anybody was able to do that, and I guess they were told no by somebody else. And it was just like a block and probably about 3 blocks away. And you know, I thought to myself, you know, I've got 15 minutes left on my break, and I can certainly get the key in that amount of time if I run. And so I told them I'd be happy for them to, you know, make the call to have them have the key ready for me as a healthcare provider. I'd show them my badge, and it would mean the world to them, because they wanted to be able to rest before their procedure. So I went down to the little inn, which was just like 3 blocks away, got the key in the envelope, and I was able to have it ready for them for when they arrived. And that way the wife and the patient could have a good night's sleep before the transplant. And that really took a weight off of them that they didn't need to carry into that.